Now, continuing on for our coverage of the TG Cahir All-Ireland Ladies Junior Championship this weekend, I'm delighted to be joined by Fermanagh manager James Daly. Of course, his Fermanagh side take on Limerick in the first of this weekend's semi-finals on Saturday in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park in Longford at 2 o'clock. And James, I know Fermanagh have won 3 games from 3 now, but you're taking on Limerick in a semi-final. Won't be an easy task.
Oh, definitely not. No, we played Limerick twice last year, and it was 1 each. 2 teams were very well matched. I think on one side, I think we got a good draw in the championship with the group stage. So we kind of stayed away from Down, Sligo, and Limerick. So so we've got to come out swinging now on Saturday evening, and we know they're a good side, so we're looking forward to it.
And looking at I suppose your 2023 campaign as a whole, the league didn't go your way. That was in the semi-finals. I know you're probably looking to make it into a final of Division 4 and, downbeat you in the junior final at Ulster. So, coming into the championship, was the plan more just take it game by game and try and build up the winning streak, get confidence back into the team, having, both of your chances at silverware kind of just fall toward the final hurdle? Or was the goal always, look, we want to be back in a semi-final and potentially fighting for the All-Ireland again?
But that's your goal, Dermot, going out at the start of the year, is to get to the All-Ireland final and win the All-Ireland final. It doesn't work, and at the end of the day, there's only 2 teams get to it. We felt in the league, and we definitely underperformed in the league, and we carried a lot of injuries to the league. But then we felt like we could have beaten Leitrim in the league semi-final that day, but didn't, and then we could have beat Down, so we didn't. So it's kind of like it's time for us to stand up here. We've a good bunch of girls, some really good players, a lot of leaders on the team, and we've talked about a lot of stuff, and we've worked on a lot of stuff from the league and from the Ulster Championship, and we feel like we're in a better place now. The girls are in a better place. They understand what we're trying to do as far as the game plan is concerned. So it's time for us to stand up here and win a big game.
Last year it was you got the day out in Croke Park, and that went to a replay, and you had to face Antrim then the second time, and unfortunately, as far as you were concerned, it was a defeat the second time around, and no one ever wants to lose the All-Ireland final. Everyone wants their dream of going up the steps of the Hogan and lifting the cup and having their day out. And does that, are the girls a lot more motivated this year knowing, last year's defeat, that they want to right the wrongs from 12 months ago?
No. Look at it. I would say we have a lot of different players in this year who weren't in last year. I say we have 5 or 6 starters that we didn't have last year. They're in this year, and to say that there's an ambition after losing last year, of course, as a management team and as a county, you lose a game, but you don't let that bog you down. Okay, you want to go and win, and it was a great game last year against Antrim, and on the replay, Antrim were definitely the better team and won cleanly, and as I said before, it's we have gotten so far, and it's next Saturday is all about winning. It's all about getting to a final, and the final is always nice, but we've been in now 4 finals over the last 2 years, and we just keep saying we've got to learn how to turn that into a win. Like in the Ulster final last year, we were well up and we lost that, and we were Antrim scored the equaliser in the All-Ireland final last year, so there is a lot of determination with the likes of Shannon McQuaid, Molly, Sarah McCarville, Blaheen. Those girls were all there last year, and there was a lot of that, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay, but you don't get anything for that in today's game or any game. You just don't get anything for that. You've got to work on looking after business a wee bit better. And even in the semi-final against Leitrim in the league, we had the game. Okay, but Leitrim showed a wee bit more resilience and kept at it and finally took the game to extra time and won it. So it's about learning. It's a learning curve, I would keep saying, and it's when we finally win a big game. That's, you're finally on the right side of the curve, and winning a big game is what's more important for us now. And it starts now on Saturday evening. We're playing a good Limerick side, and we have to win that game.
When you're chatting about players and stuff like that, I suppose injuries for yourselves have been a bit of a hindrance this year. But the last day, Ashley Maguire was back. She got a few minutes in her against Derry, and but at the same time, Roisin O'Reilly doesn't look to still be 100% fit, and then you Ciara Clark going off just before throwing as well with an injury. So, what's the update like on a few of those girls, or have you any more, I suppose, fresh injury concerns going into Saturday afternoon?
No, not really. No, like Ashley Maguire is going to start. Ciara Clark's going to start. Rushing hurt her ankle in the Ulster final, and stepped in a pothole and done ligament damage to her ankle. Now, she's training with us this week, so she is available to come off the bench, and she would be a very big and influential player for us to come off the bench. But apart from that, everybody's got a clean bill of health, and we've good videos and good masseuses there, and they've done a lot of work. So we're as far as that's concerned, we're ready to go. Like.
Over the last few years, you mentioned playing Limerick. Yourselves and Limerick have met on 2 previous occasions in the All-Ireland semi-finals, and even last year as well. You won on both of those 2 occasions, and you have the track record of getting over the line in semi-finals. When you put, everyone mentions favorite tags and form guides and head-to-head records. Is that something coaching staff and players even look at when you're coming up against teams, or is it just here's the opposition, this is what we have to do, just play the game?
Yeah, well, in fact, we played them twice. We played them in the league semi-final last year, and they beat us. They scored 2 late goals against us and beat us in the league semi-final last year, and then we beat them in the semi-final of the championship. But no, we look at it differently. It's two fairly equal teams. I've looked at their team. I've looked at enough video of them. I can see there's a few new girls in from last year, and the most important thing for me, if I go up against a team, I'm not looking at we have to get revenge here, or we go and we look at their video, we look who their strongest players are, we try and get the matchups right, and we try and put a game plan in place so that we can win the game, and that's what we're going to do again Saturday. There's no, I wouldn't say there's any looking back, and it's just a case of what's ahead of us now. We see the new players come into Limerick, and they have improved them. So we're looking forward to a ding dong match. And
the last day against Derry, winning that game, that got you to top the group 3 from 3. I know the weather conditions definitely didn't suit an evening of football that day, and I'd say you're probably still drying off since that evening. But that was the group stage. Now you're in, I suppose, to the business end of the championship. It's the semi-finals. It's what you want to win to try and progress to another All-Ireland final. But, what's the confidence like now amongst the girls, and, training sessions? I suppose you're putting them under some immense workload now over the next couple of days just to get them ready for the challenge of Limerick.
Yeah, look, it's the group stage. We had 3 tight games. People kind of took Derry a wee bit for granted, to be honest with you, and Derry under James McGurk have done a lot of work, and they've improved greatly, and we had a great game with them. The weather was brutal, and it was a bit of it kind of even things out at times, but if I stayed fairly dry there when I was in the dugout. It's the girls who are out in the field getting absolutely drenched, but no, we've put them since the Derry game. We've done a wee bit of conditioning work with them, but now you get into this week, and this week's all about game plan, working on the game plan, working what we should be doing, trying to negate what they're going to do. We've had a good look at them, as I said, and then working on shooting and working on different scenarios, and the girls are loving it. The girls are absolutely buzzing. It was. You really seen it last night in training. We trained last night, and it's the girls are absolutely buzzing. The game can't come quick enough, and and everybody's expecting it, and to be a good game. And like, when you pick the team for an All-Ireland semi-final, you're always going to have a few girls who are going to be disappointed and stuff, but we have a great squad of girls here, and every one of them was, they're up for it, whether they're on the bench, whether they're starting. They know, there is subs going to be used, so they've got to have the right mentality and the right attitude come Saturday evening, and be ready to come on and help their teammates.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, obviously, what way that game transpires between yourselves and Limerick. And I don't know if it's much of a luxury that, whoever wins on Saturday will wait a day to find out who the opponent will be in the All-Ireland final. But look, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, that game between yourselves and Limerick does throw in at 2:00 on Saturday. Below in Longford in Glenborough's Pearse Park. But James, thanks for having a chat with me to look ahead to your tie with Limerick. And of course, best of luck to you and your players on Saturday.
Thanks, Aaron.